When credit is granted recklessly. Under the National Credit Act, credit providers have a responsibility to make sure that a consumer can afford to pay back the new debt. Credit may be granted recklessly if: Number 1. The credit provider did not do all of the following checks before offering credit. The consumer's personal income and expenses, the income of any financial partners within the family or household, the expected future income of their business, and whether they can make repayments on time according to their financial means, prospects, and obligations. Or Number 2. The credit provider did the assessment but nonetheless granted credit even though the outcome of the assessment showed that the client could not afford to pay back the debt and would become over-indebted. Or Number 3. It was clear that the consumer did not have a general understanding and appreciation of the rights, risks, and costs involved in the proposed credit agreement. Let's look at a quick case study that perfectly illustrates the offering of credit recklessly. Meet Miss Adams. She has just completed her studies to become a teacher. Miss Adams needs a job to pay off her student loan and microloans she took out for her textbooks and transport. Excited about entering the workforce, she decides to go clothing shopping in order to look good for her forthcoming job interviews. Miss Adams goes to a clothing store and asks if she can open a clothing account. She explains that she is a new graduate and that she is excited to start working as a teacher but has no job yet. The salesperson informs her not to worry as she will soon get a job. In the meantime, she can buy clothing on credit and pay her monthly installments to the shop once she gets a job. The store and Miss Adams reach an agreement to open a store card for clothing, and a small loan is granted to Miss Adams. She purchases clothing worth 1,000 Rand. After 3 months, Miss Adams still does not have a job. She now has her study loan, clothing account, and a microloan to pay. She is very worried. Luckily, she has heard about a local advice office, the Vuga Community Advice Office, and goes to seek advice from a paralegal. After hearing Miss Adams' story, the Vuga Advice Office paralegal, Thuli, thinks that Miss Adams was granted credit recklessly. Miss Adams had clearly explained to the store that she did not have a job. This means she had no income to pay back the credit. Thuli believes that if the credit provider did a proper assessment, the outcome of the assessment would show that Miss Adams could not afford to pay back the debt and would become over-indebted. Thuli uses the Black Sash Debt Credit and Consumer Paralegal Manual to explain what this means and gives Miss Adams the name of a reputable debt counselor. If Miss Adams has been recklessly granted credit, she can apply to court or tribunal to have the credit agreement declared as reckless. If a court or tribunal declares that a credit agreement is reckless, the court may either take away all or part of Miss Adams' obligations under that agreement or suspend the credit agreement until a date determined by the court. Check out the Black Sash Paralegal Manual on debt, credit, and consumer rights for information on what type of loans the National Credit Act doesn't deem as reckless credit. For detailed information on reckless credit, please refer to the Black Sash Paralegal Manual.